Hey there, Jonathan Wolf here. Today I want to talk about offloading. All right, so cognitive offloading is basically think about something like someone tells you to remember a date, a time. Remember to call so and so at this time on this day, and and so the amount of mental space, cognitive space that should take up to store it, remember it, and then use it once the time comes, which is called working memory. The amount of space that should take up should be relatively small. But for a lot of people, especially if this isn't a well-developed executive functioning skill, that for a lot of people, it requires much more effort, a disproportionate amount of effort to what the actual task is. And so this is a great opportunity for the offloading, all right, and cognitive offloading. So for me, I know that if I set up a session with someone, if I set up an appointment, whether it's for someone to come to the house to do maintenance, or it's a session with someone, or a doctor's appointment, or a call I need to make, if I don't throw it into my calendar and set a reminder for the day before and the day of, maybe I don't need both those reminders, but if I don't put it into my calendar with at least one reminder, then the odds of me forgetting to do it or being caught off guard at the last second and not being able to prep for it if I need to prep, that just astronomically shoots up. And so a very simple offloading the thing that I can do is basically just put it into my phone and set an alert to say, hey, remember to do this. And then I don't need to use that part of mental real estate, and it stays open for other things. So obviously you can't do this with everything. And there are more effective ways to do it with certain tasks than others. But think of like your daily to-do list, or just the items around the house that you might throw in there and then you forget, and then later down the line you end up seeing something and it reminds you, oh, I forgot to do this. That's why to-do lists are good. You can handwrite them out, you can put them onto your phone. There's tons of apps out there that you can set alerts and reminders within the to-do list itself. Keeping a journal of these things is very helpful. But basically the offloading is using technology and technology being in the kind of driest sense of the word. It is anything outside of this, all right, outside of you that you're using, whether it's a pad and paper, whether it is a certain type of technology, but it doesn't have to be. So try and think, you can Google and find tons of different ways of doing this, but try and think about the tasks that you feel like and the demands that you feel like take up a lot more real estate up here and space up here than they probably should for the level of difficulty of that task. And if you feel like it's disproportionate, then it could be a good opportunity for this offloading technique. So give it a shot, but first take an inventory of what are those tasks that you feel are disproportionate with the amount of real estate it takes up here and effort it takes up there in relation to the task itself. And once you find out those tasks, then you can start to specifically look into what are ways that I can offload some of this cognitive demand. So give it a shot, and I hope it makes managing your time and getting through the day a little bit easier and more effective. And if you want to share your experience with it, send it on over to any of the UTime coaching pages on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a good one.